welcome to another episode of Vision Quest. If you have never been here before, welcome! How'd you get here? How the bloody hell did you get here? By boat? By automobile? Did you get a longboard? Did you do a Mighty McFly and get on a skateboard and hold onto the back of someone's car as they drove? Like a cool, little person that goes through different types of time and travels through it. I don't know, but I'm glad you're here. Who am I? My name's Ashley Appap. I'm a writer and comedian from Melbourne, Australia. And this is the podcast where I talk to people that I enjoy about things that they enjoy. And today, this may be one of the people whomst I enjoy the most. Out of all the people on the earth, sorry to everyone else, but this one, you just wait. We are very lucky, everyone, to have the one and only Hayley Tantau here.
What the fuck? That was so nice.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? What a great thing to say. What a great thing to say up top.
That's right. This is What the Fuck with Mark Maron.
This is Vision Fuck.
How are you, my sweet cherub?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just happy to be here talking to you. We're in lockdown. I feel like I've said that a lot. We're in lockdown, so every time I get to Zoom with a friend, wow. It's fun.
Beautiful.
How are you?
Sore. I'm good. I have my dog here with me that I've stolen from my parents' house, and I think this is probably the first time that I've recorded an ep with him that people will be hearing. You don't get to...
Got to get him on the pod.
I'll get him on the pod at the end. I'll make this a cute, stay to the end and you'll get to see him, because right now he's sleeping. He's so sleepy.
Don't wake the baby.
No, don't wake the baby. Even though he's 12 years old, therefore he's 84 in dog years. Don't wake the old baby, Maria Bamford.
Don't wake the old baby.
Hayley, can you please tell people, who are you and what exactly do you do?
Who the bloody hell am I? I am a Melbourne-based comedian, I guess. Comedian, improviser, writer, administrative assistant by day. Because
boss
I have
bitch
to
by
pay
night.
Very boss bitch, CEO vibes, being an admin assistant. Writer, performer, comedian, just comedy bitch.
Yes. Oh,
is that accurate?
That was very
now
accurate.
Podcaster. Let's talk about it. Podcaster.
Now podcaster, because everyone, we may have lured you into a cute little trap by having you listen to this episode, because Hayley and I are starting a new podcast of our own. Completely separate to Vision Quest. Don't worry, this isn't already the frequency of this has been all over the place, and it will probably continue to be. But we will be having a very exciting new podcast called Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast coming out.
It's actually good. I just want to say it's actually a good, it's, I was surprised. It's really good and it's really fun. And if you have seen PLL, it's going to be really fun for you to listen and just rewatch the show, because it is as good as you remember, but also was nuts.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, I kind of want people to listen and watch for the first time and kind of watch with us. I think that'd be very fun and chaotic.
Absolutely. Or you could do a How Did This Get Made, if you know that podcast, very popular. And you can listen and then not watch the show and just understand how insane the show is and how bad but good it is through our commentary. So basically, we're doing exactly what you'd expect from a recap podcast. We're watching every episode up until, right now. We've recorded the entire first season. So that's 22 episodes so far that we've discussed. We have some great guests from the Melbourne comedy community come in for a few episodes. All of them having never seen it as well, which is very fun. They're just thrown into the world of Rosewood, Pennsylvania. And it's the most fun that I have had working with someone else in so long. As I said, I love Hayley so much, so it's so much fun. And
I love Ash so much.
We can't wait for you to hear it.
We can't wait. It's truly, we've been doing it in the rolling lockdowns, I think, since we started it in lockdown 4, continued in 5, and then 6 was just a week after lockdown 5. So it's just been like a real ray of light.
It really
Madonna
has.
vibes.
Madonna vibes. MV.
Madonna vibes. Sorry. Yeah. So excited. Oh.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of touch on that a little bit later. We just touched on it.
We've touched on it, but we'll
touch it again.
At the end of this episode, there's 2 things that you have to look forward to. So you got to keep listening. Number 1, you'll see my dog, Marshall. Number 2, you get to hear a little clip from one of the episodes of Call an Adult. And you'll get to hear that contextually, whether you watch the show or don't watch the show or do or don't know it, it doesn't matter. We just have so much fun and it's really silly. But for now, and the first episode will be coming out next week, a week from the day that this is released.
Oh my God.
It'll be coming out on Thursday, the 2nd of September, 2021. So please put that in your calendars and get your ears ready, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. Gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
So now we're going to get into these little questies that I have for you, Hayley. Are you ready?
Look how much.
How much liquid she has.
This is why I'm going to need to piss really badly in the break.
Good. That's the point.
Let's get into the questions. I'm hydrated. Well, I've had coffee and I've had water, so I'm balanced.
Yes, bitch. Get that pH right.
Got to get the pH right.
All right. My first question is, what did you want to be when you grew up, and why do you think that is?
What did I want to be when I grew up, aside from Britney Spears? I think I always performed, for sure. Like I had a lot of characters that my parents were subjected to. One was called Portia, and she had like a tube top and a hat, and I'd put like apples down the tube top, and I'd grab like my mum's checkbook and be like, "I'm darling." Pretty much just Lisa Vanderpump, I think. And I'd have these like hard tits that were apples. Little apple bun tits.
Tits with the apples.
And my mum would be like, "Don't run off with my checkbook." I'm like leaving the house, like walking outside into Williamstown in like her high heels, being like, "Ooh, it's me, Portia."
Screaming
so Portia was
people walking past. What would she be screaming at people walking past if she was, catcalling?
I think just like blowing them kisses. Like she was a really classy, sexual 8-year-old. I also played like an old man that I don't remember, but my parents loved the old man. And I played a lady called Nelia Vanelia, and I'd wear this like in our dress up. We had like a little dress up box, and there was kind of like this fake, kind of like Grecian I thought it like a Grecian white dress, and I'd like put that on and like just kind of tell off my mom and be like, "Darling," like again, just another fancy older woman, trying to teach my parents how to be like fancier. I don't know. So she ran a finishing school, and then also I'd make my friends who are now all doctors, I'd make them recreate sketches from Big Girl's Blouse.
Oh,
which
amazing.
Is where Kath and Kim comes from.
Mm-hmm.
It's Gina Riley, Jane Turner, Magda Zubanski, and they had a little sketch show. And I'd make my mum film me and my friends doing Entrepreneurs' Wives on the Run.
Amazing.
So I think I kind of just wanted to be Gina Riley, who plays Kim.
Beautiful. And you pretty much are.
I feel like I just monologued for like an hour.
It was so good. I love this. All right. I'm going to get through the questions quicker than usual, just because
Cool,
I
love
know
it.
that the topic will be rife for
Beef.
like
Yeah, it's beefy.
flowing beef.
Sure.
But that checks out. I love that. I love Portia.
Yeah, does that I think it checks out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cindy Salmon. Like it checks out where like Cindy Salmon and like all that comes from.
If anyone listening or watching hasn't already seen Hayley's iconic character, Cindy Salmon, look up Cindy Salmon on YouTube. Go look. See it. Ugh, incredible. I hear in my head chomp chomp all the time. Like I'll be eating, and if something's hard to eat, I'll hear inside my own head your voice go chomp chomp.
Oh, I love that. Some people say they hear get your greens and get your protein. And I will say get your protein is just what my dad was just a thing in my house that I had to hear every day.
There we go.
So that's plagiarized from my father. But I'm glad you hear chomp chomp. That's great.
Yes.
All right, next question.
Next question is, what is your favorite thing about yourself?
I think. I'm a goof. I'm a goofy. I'm a bit of a goof.
Goof goof.
I think I'm a goof, which I pronounce goof. I think I like that. Yeah, I'm a very. I think I can look serious. I think administrative. Like I love being organized. I have OCD. I have anxiety, and I am quite like driven. I get like I have like kind of a very serious side to me, but I think at the end of the day, I really will do fucking anything to make someone smile. Like I'm such a people pleaser, and I'm trying to like get over that. But the one thing I don't want to get over is being the goofiest person in the room so that other people can be goofy too.
Yes, bring out the inner goof.
Which I don't have to do with you. Like we're goofs. Like we don't have to. But you know what I mean?
Goof
I think
City.
you're a bit similar.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm 100% a people pleaser. I think it's definitely a youngest child thing for both of us.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like
Actually,
I was
that's
like
a
my
great
sister's
point.
little butler, and
Yes.
it really raised me to be like, just it's nice to be appreciated, and it's nice to have people enjoy you being around because you're helping them and doing things for them. But also, God, is it nice to make people laugh, baby?
It's nice. I love my older brothers. They didn't make it easy. They didn't make it easy on me. Bless them. They were mean. And I think I even had a thought this morning about something. I was like listening to like just a nice Aussie girl talk on a podcast, and I was like, fuck you. And then I was like, oh my God, this is like, I think a lot of stuff stems from hearing my brothers say stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I have to like get over some internalized misogyny sometimes. I'm a big feminist, but I do think that like wanting people to feel okay does come from, I think, being an anxious person, and also my brothers being kind of mean to me. Love them. Being pretty mean to me growing up, and I just want people to feel accepted and chill.
Yeah. Same here.
Sorry to them.
Sorry to them. Sorry to this. Sorry to this man. Like sorry to these brothers. Next question. What is your favorite feeling?
Being on a trampoline or being in the water.
Oh, all right.
We've spoken about this a lot. And I think for me it boils down to, it's the closest I'm going to get, I guess, aside from if I did like a fake trapeze flying thing. But it's kind of the closest I get to like flying in a way, like when you're in a pool, like swimming or at the beach, and you're like, I'm on top of like, oh, I don't know. Water makes me really happy. Yeah, it just.
Yeah. Me too.
Water
We've
bad.
discussed this so much of, I think, why we love each other so much is just the really little things that are really important to both of us line up so weirdly exactly the same. It's so cute to me.
We recently went away, and there was a trampoline at this amazing Airbnb, I guess, or like accommodation, and you, me and Caitlin Staples were just
Shout out
on that fucking trampoline going buck wild
every day. It was like people get up and stretch. We were like, no, we get up and we jump every morning, every night. We tramp hard. I pulled a hammy and I was still like, I got to tramp because I'm going to go home soon and this tramp won't be accessible. No. And we were doing so flips. You were doing this trip where you flop on your belly and then on your back. And I was like, she is a human fish on a trampoline.
I think someone said metronome, and now it's the metronome.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a metronome.
I don't know if it was you or Katie or someone else, but it was like the human metronome. And I'm like, vibes, happy to be the human metronome.
It was incredible.
It was incredible. And then we both like swimming. I went to your family home in Jan or December or something.
Yeah, when we're allowed to have people in homes.
And you had a gorgeous pool.
Shout out to mum and dad.
Shout out to Peter and Carl. Yeah, Carmel.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have hesitated. I don't know.
No, but I love that. Because I knew you knew, but I was like, she'll get there. And that's
I
the
don't
beauty
know
of
why.
life.
I lost
We all get
confidence
there in
halfway
different
through.
time.
Shout out to them because that was you and me just in a pool for like 8 hours.
Oh my God. We were so happy. And it wasn't like, we were just like floating around doing like, hey, do you want to do, it was literally like all those TikToks you see of girls swimming up to the camera and being like, you want to play mermaids? Like that's what it was.
It really was. It was so good. And then I love swimming. I'm a big swimmer. I had a dream last night that I was swimming. It was a good dream. I have a lot of dreams where I'm swimming.
That's so nice.
I love it.
It's like the opposite of an anxiety dream.
It is the opposite. And I think it's just low impact. So it's good for your bones. Oh, I don't know. Swimming, man.
I love it too.
Beach or pool, I don't care. It's all good. It's all beautiful.
The best thing for my rickety old bod. I fucking
We used
love
to...
it.
I remember being at my cousin's house and like the drain like flooded. There was like raining and like the drain flooded heaps. So like just huge like waist deep, and we were all like swimming in like the drain puddle, which I think is now like feral.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But truly like one of the best days of my life.
I remember one of my favorite days ever. I was like in year 9 and it was raining really heavily, but it was like a warm day. I remember it was like November and we were in like our sports uniforms and we were just running around and jumping in puddles. And it was so, and we were like, this is the best. This is the best. Cue Come Clean by Hilary Duff.
Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams, let it wash away. Who's calling me?
Not me, bitch.
Anyway, yeah, water and trampoline. That's my favorite feeling. It's just free. Everybody's free
to jump on trampolines. Yeah, absolutely.
We got to go to bounce.
We got to go to
Next question.
Yeah, we're organizing it. We got to organize a day to bounce. Otherwise, what are we fucking doing?
What are we doing?
Hun, the next question might be the same answer, but it's what's your happy place?
Oh, yeah, true.
But, I mean, a happy place can also be like a moment.
I'm going to copy and paste Control Z or Command C and Control or Command V. Mm-hmm. That what I just said into here as well.
Amazing.
But I also want to add, back when like life was busy, not in lockdown, but when life is really busy and I have a night off, because we do a lot of at improv. We're always out at night. I teach improv like.
Sorry to brag. We go out at night.
Sorry, I'm out at night. Not right now. There is a curfew in Melbourne, babes. So get inside.
I'm out till 9 p.m. But not really.
I'm out till 9 p.m. I'm actually not.
Not out at all unless it's 2 hours of exercise.
The curfew truly doesn't affect me in lockdown. But when I'm really kind of, there's more going on. My favorite thing is a Sunday night. And this kind of became a thing. Some people at Improv Conspiracy, very few, but like some people after Sketch, because Sketch was always on Sundays, they'd be like, what are you doing tonight? Oh, it's Sunday. It's pasta night, isn't it? And I would like go home and I would make myself my classic like pesto fried prosciutto, basil, coriander, chickpea, chili, pasta. And I would just sit in front of the nothing better than just sitting on the couch with my partner eating pasta.
Oh.
All by myself, watching, and then just like watching whatever.
I love this. And it's so true.
Pesto
pasta is most of your personality.
That and then olive dip and grissini.
Yes.
Like you're starting, yeah. There's a lot of food-based things that I don't know if it's the OCD, but I'm very habitual, extremely habitual, and I can eat the same thing all the time.
Me too, yeah. It's yum.
So that's my happy place.
Like it. Beautiful.
Pasta on the couch.
My next question is, what's your favorite song to cry to?
Here's the thing about me, is I don't want to cry.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I do need to cry. And these days I'm getting more and more kind of cry-ish. But I used to really hate crying in public. And I still do. Like, I don't like crying around anyone, but I'm getting better at doing it even just around my partner. But I don't like it because for so long I was like, this is weakness. And I have to like unlearn that a little bit.
Yeah. Untrue, not weakness.
So I don't really listen to music to make myself cry, but here are the songs that will make me cry.
Yeah.
That I will not listen. Like I'm never going to listen to them ever again. One is it Never Love Again from Star Is Born? The one Lady Gaga sings at the end. Oh, the one she sings at the end. I think it's called like I'll Never Love Again.
Okay.
I'll never listen to that song again. Because I wept. And then it happens right at the end of the movie. Everyone is weeping. And then shout out to Lido Cinemas. Except because I love them and I support them. Except they brought the house lights up like straight away. And everyone's just crying at the end of A Star Is Born. Remember Me from Coco?
Oh, yes.
Fucking hell. Coco, if you haven't seen Coco, you have to watch it. But I will never watch it again.
I might watch it tonight. You've made me want to watch it.
If I needed to cry, I would watch it. And then the theme here is like movies and TV that makes me cry. The last one I'll say is Breathe Me by Sia because of the 6 Feet Under finale.
Yeah. I will say that was also Jeremy's song in his episode. So
I think it'd be huge.
Yeah.
I think that's it. They're the 3.
Beautiful. My next question is, who is someone you admire? You can't say me, bitch.
Oh my God, damn it. Actually, you are someone I admire.
No.
And I do. Too bad.
Now it looks like
this is not my answer to the question. Not my answer to the question. You are someone, though, that I am a bit like, what would Ash, how would Ash feel? I am positive, but I feel like you're even more kind of, I'm trying to be like you.
I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to eat more pasta.
Please do. Please. Who do I admire? Definitely my parents. I'm very fortunate that I have a great relationship with my parents and that I love them, and which is not something everyone can say, and very thankful for that. And I know we kind of bond over that as well, and I do feel kind of just eternally grateful to them, and they kind of, I don't know, I had a good childhood, I think, and they worked constantly to give me and my brothers that. So I'm just like, ugh. My dad was a pharmacist, so I look up to him. He was a compounding pharmacist, so he would make everything, and I worked there, and I would I would make pills for people when I'm just 16. Yeah. And he ran a methadone clinic. And then my mum's an accountant, and she would run free seminars for women to help them with financial literacy. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, they're very kind that they're like, oh boy, Hayley can't do maths, Hayley can't do science. We're just gonna support her on this little journey she's on.
Called life.
But I really admire them, and that they continue to open their minds and be educated and progressive, and because I hope we're like that. I hope I'm like that I don't just at some point shut off and I don't want to embrace new things.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's so lovely.
Yeah. Also, I'm reading Casey Wilson's book, and there's a lot of comedy people that I
of course
love. But I think my parents is the most obvious one.
Yeah. And I would like to say something that now I've said to you probably 10 times, which is something you told me and I've regurgitated. And I tell almost anyone who brings up dad's exercise habits. And I said this in the episode that we recorded that we never released of this podcast. I said this on an episode of Call an Adult, that people hear. But every fucking day, Hayley's dad, who's in his 70s, swims 1 kilometre in the ocean.
He's turning 75 next month.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry to dox him like that. Yeah, he's pretty amazing. And yeah, and that's I swim, and we talk about swimming techniques, and he's always trying new one. He's been working on being bilateral, which is when you can breathe out of both,
each
you don't
nostril.
just keep breathing out of one. side. Yeah. And so I've been trying to do that as well. He's really into mindfulness.
What a king.
He likes to complain about the Liberal Party.
Double king. Go off.
He made us watch An Inconvenient Truth the second it came out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, big shout out to Peter Tantau. And yes, both of our dads.
Big shout out to Peter
names
Denton Tantau.
Peter.
And it feels like I know a lot of people with a dad called Peter.
Yeah, and I don't think that will continue as generations go on, but I'm really grateful to be a part of the generation with Peter as a dad.
The Peter generation.
Yeah.
Be the Peter generation. All right, next question.
Okay.
First.
Besides from Portia, who we love, what was some weird kid shit you used to do?
Oh man, a lot. Let's begin with, we didn't really have a lot of like sweets growing up, like bubble gum and stuff. So the next two things kind of relate to that a little bit. One of them was chewing blue tack like it was gum.
Oh my God.
Which I think is like the saddest.
I think you've told me that recently, actually.
Yeah. And also when me and my brother thought we were locked out, well, we were locked out of the house, but we thought it had been like hours. And we're like, oh my God, we're starving. And I was like, don't worry, I got lipsmacker. And we ate lipsmacker. Fucked. I used to pretend I was like on Big Brother, but I was like evicted halfway through. Like I never won. It would just be like Gretel Colleen being like, Hayley. And I'm like, oh my God, like sad I didn't make it to the end. I feel like there's so much more, but I'll stop there.
Those are all incredible. Oh my God. I feel like I know a lot of people that ate lip smacker though. So
it's delicious.
I don't think you're alone. It is. Like I used to eat it off. Like absolutely, we'd all put it on our lips and then just lick it off. So
this was like breaking off a piece and eating it. Like I'm not endorsing that. I'm not sponsored by Lipsmacker. If they want to sponsor me,
okay,
they can.
And they will, and they should.
Your baby's up.
He's just repositioning.
Okay.
He's just. Let's see. He's just sucking his own dick.
Oh, and me and my cousin thought we were witches.
Yes,
I mean, who didn't?
Yes, of course.
But we would make potions. Yeah, we'd make potions and cast spells on people.
Yes, me and my god sister used to do that. We believed in fairies, and we would like submerge ourselves in trees and like talk to the fairies, and then come out with spider webs all over us. Yes. And we would get like, there was this stump at our school that had like a hollow bit in it, and we would pour random shit into it and mash it up, and it was just mud, and we would be like, we're making potions. And we had these like, her mum had these old perfume type bottles that she got from like a $2 shop that had corks, and we would fill them up with the mud and be like, Mum, do you want some perfume? And they were like, this is disgusting.
Disgusting.
Okay, the last question before we get into the topic is, do you think aliens are real?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I don't know what kind. I don't know what they look like. I don't know what their vibe is. I don't know what they sound like, but there is other life on other planets. Is that the definition of an alien, of like that's not, I mean, extraterrestrial? There's just not I
guess.
From Earth?
I guess so.
Or is there more to it?
I'm going to go with, yeah, you're right. Go off.
Can I just say, my partner and I have been playing a lot of WarioWare, which is not out yet, but it's on Switch. But there's like a free demo you can get. So we have that. And it's really been like the last few nights just us playing WarioWare, just having the best, because Wario is like the best character in the Nintendo universe. Sorry. Aside from Waluigi, like, sorry to be controversial. And there's a character called Orbalon that is a little alien, and it's our favorite one to play. And he has little sunglasses on, and his spaceship looks like a pig.
Oh. So if aliens
Anyway,
are
play
real,
Wario. If you have a Switch, get the free demo of WarioWare. It's so good.
if aliens are real, is that what? If they are, sorry, if they are real, do you hope that that's what they are like?
100%. Wait, I'm gonna get a picture of Orbulon.
Please.
Everyone move. Everyone wait.
Everyone move and everyone wait.
Everyone leave me alone while I look up.
But please don't leave.
Don't leave me.
Oh my god.
Vibe.
Okay,
This is
for
called
anyone
Oinker.
who's only listening, it's like a 2D drawing of like an alien with like
Looks
a
like a little
cool
sperm.
necklace, little sperm looking guy with a little smirk, and he's got real cool sunglasses on, and he's like, I got 3 fingers, and he's on a little
He's amazing.
pig looking thing that's the color of the McDonald's logo.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. McDonald's red.
All right, well, that's the first half. Let's take a little
We
break.
smashed them.
We
Great.
did a great job, and then we're going to get into Hayley's topic. We are ready for part two, and there's a pause because we were both throwing up peace signs.
Deuces.
Part 2, which we're gonna hand the mic over to you, Hayley, and tell me, what are we talking about today?
I also just want to quickly say before we get into this that we recorded an episode of Vision Quest a long time ago.
That's right.
And I just want to say that the topic I chose was Blackout, the album by Britney Spears. And I just want to say that like there is a really good 2-hour chat about that. And I do think Jamie Spears, her dad, silenced us, Free Britney, and got in the way and tanked it. I just want to say that to be like, we're not going to talk about that today, but oh my God, I love that album. And I need everyone who listens to Vision Quest to know that. I think today I want to talk about like comfort shows, rewatching. Yeah, shows you rewatch, which apparently I think we've all been doing in lockdown. It's apparently a very, a thing linked to anxious people. Which is, I feel like all of us at this point, but it's definitely like a trait of an anxious person apparently, which explains why I have been doing it since I was 4.
Yeah, same here, mate.
Just burning out DVDs and videos and just now like rewatching things like The OC for just the fucking a billionth time.
Yeah.
And the second I hear just like little sounds that I'm so used to, I feel so good.
Me too. Yeah. I'm the
I
exact
think there's a
same
lot of
way.
people.
Yeah. I think like I have one friend who loves who like only really rewatches things, and when she gets to something new, often she won't finish it because she's like, I don't want it to end, so I'm just going to start it again. She gets like almost to the end and then starts again. I'm like, that's peak this whole situation.
I totally get that. Yeah, and I struggle to start new things. I'm getting better at it, I think, because of streaming, and maybe lockdown. Maybe it's a lockdown thing of like there's a lot. But I think there's just a lot of projects that I'm excited about that I'm like, oh, I have to watch this. But it still takes me like a fair bit to kind of get into start a show, and then I'll be obsessed with it. Like I will, but there is like the comfort of just, what if I just rewatch Gossip Girl? What if I do it?
What if I do it?
And learn nothing new.
And that's how us making our pod, Call an Adult, began. Because I was rewatching PLL in lockdown 4 and watched like 7 episodes in a day and was just like, oh, it's so good. And you were like, oh my God, I love it so much. I want to redo it. And then we kind of, I was like, why don't we do it together? And then so on and so on. But it is that thing where when you know what's going to happen, but it's been long enough that you've kind of forgotten the little bits. Oh my God, there's nothing like rewatching something that gives you that feeling.
There really isn't, especially PLL. So much happens. Like it's so much is going on. And so I think today we can talk about any shows we rewatch, but I definitely want to kind of talk about The OC, Gossip Girl, PLL. Like I think they're the main ones that'll come up
Yeah.
Which makes sense because we've been literally watching PLL together separately, but together for the last 2 months.
I think so, yeah.
And it's just been a fucking treat. It's been so good.
It's been lovely.
What is something that you like to rewatch?
30 Rock, Parks and
30 Rock
Rec.
is a big one. Yeah.
Broad City,
Last year we
I've
did.
seen, I think, 10 times.
Me too. 30 Rock is 30 Rock especially, like, I'll rewatch in full once a year.
Yep.
Parks and Rec, I think me and my partner do that as well. And Broad City I've done a few times. Broad City's so good.
It's incredible. And like the last season as well is phenomenal for
It just gets
like
better.
an ending. Yeah. I would say the show that I have watched and rewatched the most is, if you're watching this little girl right above me, is Lizzie McGuire. I've seen every episode of Lizzie McGuire. I reckon I've seen the show 20 times at least. Every episode.
Wow.
Because think about it.
That's awesome.
It came out in 2000, finished in, I think, 2002. There's only 2 seasons. But each season is like 22 episodes, 23, 24. I had a box set that said it was 3 seasons. And then me and my friend Ali have had this debate for years that whether it's 3 or 2. And I would like to blame JB Hi-Fi because when I bought that box set, it was split into 3. But it is 2.
If it's from JB, it's legit. When my brother went to Vietnam, he brought back like the Sex and the City complete box set for me, and it was like there's 7 seasons. How many seasons of Sex and the City? It was like more. They counted the movie as a season, so they were like, because there's a reboot coming,
of course, another.
but yeah, there is 6. So it was like all 7 seasons of Sex and the City, and I'm like, there are 6, and there was the movie. So because it was not legitimate.
Yeah. No, this is.
So I was going to say maybe
this
that's
is
the case, but
legit.
JB won't lie.
But it was
Yeah,
just
they
JB.
won't lie.
I think it was just, I don't know what it was, but yeah, I've seen, like, I had the DVDs that would play, like, the menu music was just the theme song, but without any lyrics. So you just hear over and over again.
That is a very specific thing that our generation know is this, like, a DVD menu soundtrack. I have that with Kath and Kim.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I have
the Kath and Kim box set for sure. It's like a text tone. It's like beep beep.
Yes, the 3 I'd say like DVD menu things that I left on all the time were Liz McGuire, Kath and Kim, and Mr. Bean for some reason.
Oh my god!
And the Mighty Boosh. They were always like just play like. There were things that I would watch and just have on while I was like cleaning my room or doing homework and stuff. And my dad used to get so angry if I would put it on like the main TV and leave it because I would just continue doing whatever I was doing. He'd be like, turn that shit off. I'm so sick of hearing the Lizzie McGuire theme song instrumental.
Too bad, Peter.
And I was like, Dad, this is the noise I hear in my head when nothing's going on. Sorry, you got to hear it. And he would be like, this is our house. This is not your house. And then I got a TV in my room and then I could do what I wanted.
Sorry.
But yeah, Lizzie McGuire is like my all-time comfort show.
Oh my god. I love that.
Yeah. And right now I have my Lizzie McGuire lip scrub on my lips.
Ugh.
There she is.
Oh, it's a big container too. It's a good size.
Good size, yeah.
Good
Shout out
size
to
contain.
Colourpop.
Shout out to Colourpop.
What would you say is the show that you think you've seen the most times, all of?
Ooh, fuck. Either Arrested Development, Kath and Kim, 30 Rock, or the OC season 1. And a lot of these are I should say, like, because, yeah, you'd have, especially as a kid, you'd have, like, the box. You'd have a season.
Yeah.
So we had Arrested Development season 1, and the OC season 1, and I would just burn them. Just not like illegally burn them, but just like burn through them like over and over. And then 30 Rock, we had a different way. Shout out to Torrance.
Don't tell anyone. Shout out to Torrance.
If you don't catch my drift, it's alleged. I'm lying. But we had kind of like season 1 of 30 Rock as well on the computer, so I just burned through that. Gossip Girl season 1. Yeah, I think they're the big. But I think like Arrested Development, The OC, and Kath and Kim, all season 1s, just massive. Like I know them off by heart at this point.
I would say another one for me, but this has only been in the last maybe like 7 years, not when I was like a kid, is Gilmore Girls as well. And Freya and I, my housemate, are rewatching it now, and I'm sitting here being like, oh, how only in the last handful of years have I watched this show so many times. Like, it's so long. I've never seen it. Oh, it's so lovely. And filmed on the Warner Brothers same lot as Pretty Little Liars.
I know. Actually, a post came up on we have a Instagram for our podcast. It's called Call an Adult, call.and.adult.
Amazing.
On Instagram, but just look up Call an Adult. It'll be there. And like, I follow a bunch of like Pretty Little Liars like fan pages, and one of them had like a kind of grid or collage of like all the PLL whatever set pieces or like locations, sorry, and what they were in Gilmore Girls. So it's like,
can you send that to
as
me?
you say, like Apple Rose Grill, Luke. I'll have to find it maybe I saved it. But like Spencer's house was like is there like a B&B or something?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
The antique store?
The Mrs. Kim's antique store is Lane's house. Oh, that makes sense. The back of it.
I'm not sure. Something was like, I'll try to find it. I'll send it to you. But yeah, there were like, it was amazing to see like how it was dressed for Gilmore Girls versus PLL. So
they do a good job. Shout out.
Yeah.
To the Warner Brothers set dressing department.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
I know we're talking about TV shows specifically, but do you also have movies that are like that? Like for me, if I hear the first like 2 seconds of audio from School of Rock, I know I'm like, School of Rock's on, and I rewatched
School of Rock the other day.
It's incredible.
I think I rewatch it twice a year.
Yeah, I mean, I have to. Like, and I know every line, every like sound of that movie is in my head.
See, because I loved it when I was a kid, and but it wasn't. We didn't have it on DVD or anything, so it wasn't like a rewatch movie. It's more of a movie that it's always on Go. Like on 9, like on free to air. And then we'll always catch it and be like, oh, we got to watch School of Rock. Mike White. The White Lotus is Mike White.
The Mike White Lotus.
Jack Black. Kings.
Miranda Cosgrove.
She's so good in it too.
She is. And also Joan Cusack.
Everyone is so good in it. It's just like, it's quality.
Sarah
but it's
Silverman.
also just Jack Black. He doesn't need to carry the film because everyone is so high quality, but oh my God, he carries the film.
He's incredible.
I was like rewatching the scene where I think it's like when he first teaches and they're all like really stony. They're like not having him at all. And I was like, oh my God, Jack Black is doing a comedy festival solo show to a dead crowd.
And he's killing it.
And it was like hard to watch in a way because I'm like, oh my God, like the energy, and these kids have to act like they don't like it, even though it's like Jack Black being so funny. Anyway, so School of Rock that's a really good one for you.
And Forgetting Sarah Marshall's probably the other one.
I do have Forgetting Sarah Marshall on DVD. I think mine are like Mean Girls.
Of course, yeah.
Oh my fucking God, did I watch Mean Girls so many times. Me and my friends made a burn book, which is not the message of the movie.
So many people did. I know so many people that did. I
did come away from the movie being like, I like the ending, everyone should be in peace. I also came away from the movie looking for like everything Regina George wore.
Cutting holes into the like nipples of your tops.
It made me want Louis Vuitton. It made me want to call everyone a skank. It made me want to walk down hallways to Missy Elliott, which is still, that's the one thing that's still true, is like put on Missy Elliott, watch me walk in slow-mo, and watch Lindsay Lohan fall into a bin.
Yes.
Love her. Mean Girls. Yeah, but in my scout group, me and like a bunch of my friends, this is the worst story in the world, or just like the lamest. After a big scout trip, I was a Sea Scout. Sorry to know how to tie a reef knot.
Bam.
I was a Sea Scout.
I didn't even know there were Sea Scouts. I thought they were just land scouts.
Which is kind of annoying because like there's scouts and there's Sea Scouts.
I was about to say,
because it's a niche.
are there also like air scouts? Like scouts that are like, I'm going to fly a plane one day?
There should be, but I guess because it's for like kids.
Yeah, let's
Not
just
great.
go on record and say we do not endorse kids flying planes.
I endorse it, babe.
But seaplanes, that's a different
But I will
story.
say, you know what's better about being a Sea Scout? Is that you... we fuck. No. Land Scouts have to wear like the army green colour thing, whereas we got to wear like a dark navy. It was great. My dad was a scout leader. He made me and my brothers do scouts, and then I made all my friends do scouts, so it was fun. Anyway, we made a burn book of like everyone after a big camping trip. That was the worst burn book you've ever seen, and I don't remember what it said. It was like, this person doesn't pitch their tent right. Skank.
Oh my God.
What are we talking about? Movies that I've watched a lot. I've had 2 coffees, so
You're firing on all
off the
cylinders, and you
handle.
are going great. That's
Going
so
great.
funny.
Mean Girls. I really would hire The Sweetest Thing a lot.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
from Civic Video in Williamstown.
Shout out.
Bring It On. Legally Blonde. Look, if it was a white blonde woman,
She's the man.
she's
not
the
blonde.
oh, she's the blonde.
She's the blonde.
I will say actually Legally Blonde. I feel like the top 3 would be Legally Blonde, Lion King 2 because we had it on VHS. And Mean Girls. But Lion King 2, I've seen more than Lion King 1. I think it has better music. And I will like go to the grave. Well, you've got Deception, Disgrace, like you've got that. You've got He Lives in You. Anyway, I was confused because I would always sing. Anytime someone did something wrong, I'd be like, Deception, Disgrace. And then people were like, what is that? And I didn't realize.
Yeah, I don't know what those are.
A lot of people have not seen the straight to video Lion King 2.
I've seen it. I just don't know any of the songs.
Oh my God, that song is so good.
Okay, so is Lion King 2 the OC of movies in terms of something that you're trying to convince me to watch that I keep saying I will but I won't?
I would prefer it if you'd watch the OC. Because I guess like me with Gilmore Girls, I can't believe you. I just can't believe you haven't seen the OC. It just feels...
I saw the first season when it was coming out, and I don't remember... my friend Tanya loved it and was obsessed with it. And I remember it was, spoilers. It's the only thing I remember happening in the OC, really. Obviously, there's the, like, hallelujah scene. But she was obsessed with the character Johnny, and then he died. And then someone told me, and I came to school the next day and was like, so I heard Johnny died. And she cried. And I didn't mean to make her cry. I was just trying to be like, I know about the show you like. Like, I'm trying to show you that I have interest in it, but I made her really upset.
Season 1 is great. I love all of it.
Yeah.
But the thing I've watched the most is season 1, and it's truly just like incredible.
Before we, get to the end of this ep, we're going to talk a little bit about PLL because It's the comfort show that we've been really exploring on a new level. Why do you think it helps us feel good so much?
It's so 2010.
Yeah.
And I think because a lot of stuff I rewatch is from 2003, like, as I said, The OC and Arrested Development, and all those movies are very like early 2000s. And I think it's kind of fun to have something from 2000. Like, the fashion is wild.
It doesn't have any time that lines up the fashion. The fashion is out of this world.
Yeah. I guess Gossip Girl, I watch like Gossip Girl as well, and that's from a similar time period where you watch the phones go from like sidekicks and like all those weird kind of phones to iPhones.
Yeah.
Smartphones. And PLL, right now we're watching PLL. Spencer's like, I got a burner phone, guys, and it's a fucking sidekick.
That would not be like a $20 brick you get from the fucking news agents. That's
no
expensive phone,
which we spoke about on Call an Adult, that I got my first phone for $50 from the post office. The Nokia 3350,
of course. I
which I think everyone had that, or the 3310.
Yeah,
I think 3310. I think, and it's sexy. I think I said like stuff. on the pod we kind of talk about that it's not a sexual show, but it's a horny show because it's teen. It's tense. There's a lot of tension.
And then of course the fact that it's a murder mystery.
It's a murder fucking mystery.
These teens are being tortured and will not, as our podcast title says, call an adult. They just refuse.
They won't call an adult.
There's so much of it. There's so many like plot holes, issues, that small things that they could do that would just fix all of their problems that they don't. And I think now TV that's made today, which is the reason that I love it so much, TV today is so... They realize that the audience is smart and that people are going to pick up on that stuff. And so, you know, a lot of dialogue is really realistic. A lot of the stuff that's happening is more just like everyday people going through their lives rather than these crazy big stories, because audiences are now able to like contact whoever made the film immediately and criticize it. I think there's other reasons, but that's part of it. This show does the opposite. They're like, let's create a universe that makes no sense, but you're gonna be fully enthralled in it anyway.
That's kind of like I am still watching Riverdale. Sorry, I still
don't apologize.
I just love being like, sorry guys, but I'm still doing it. It's actually really fun. The latest season it is bad in the middle of like the series, but the latest season is quite fun. But Riverdale is very meta.
Yes.
It is buck wild and it is good. Like, as you said, like, I do appreciate it. But yeah, there is this comfort in watching Pretty Little Liars and shows from a decade ago that are not meta.
No.
They don't address it. They don't know what the critics are saying until the whole thing is aired. Yeah, it's comforting.
There's a big element for me of, I remember watching it as it was coming out and trying to put the pieces together. Like, I say this on the pod, but we had lots of like people from school, from different groups that weren't friends, all come together the day after it would air and be like, okay, what new clues do we have as to finding out who A is? For anyone who doesn't know the premise of Pretty Little Lies, they're these 5 best friends. One of them goes missing, and then we see this flashback kind of situation where it's the night that she goes missing. She's kind of the center of the group. We cut to a year later, and all this stuff is happening. The other 4 girls are getting these texts from a random number who's addressing themselves as A, and the only person who knows all the things that they're being texted about, it's all their secrets, was Allison, who's the one that went missing. The end of the pilot, her body is found buried in her parents' old backyard. So it's like, oh my God, she's dead. Who's texting us then? What is this? Ooh! And it goes on for 7 seasons. And it is crazy.
It's so crazy. And it's, if you like, because I think Twin Peaks, I talk about this a lot on the pod, Twin Peaks, Pretty Little Lies, and Riverdale live in a similar universe. Obviously Twin Peaks, David Lynch, it's like very well regarded. I love it.
Me too.
Kind of gets a classier edit than Riverdale and PLL. But, you know, Pretty Little Liars, like, has references to Twin Peaks. So does Riverdale as well. Like, there's shows made by people that loved shows like Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So they're fun to watch as an adult, but they're also obviously really fun for teens. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
It's just a very special show. Also, the charger works now, so we can keep... I've been, like, distracted by the charger.
That's okay.
But, honey, we're going. We're doing it.
We're doing it. What would you like to say to anyone out there who's like, why would you rewatch the same thing? Like, I don't get it.
Oh my God, Psycho. No, JK. I think it is just comfort. Like, I don't know. It is, for us, it's just like, it makes me feel like I'm at home, like in a safe place, maybe. I don't know. And I also like to comfort watch like very bright colored things. I like watching very joyful, idealistic, colorful things. And even like PLL is that. Like, it's a very dark story, but they all live in like gorgeous homes and they wear beautiful things.
I mean, beautiful's one word.
Beautiful. Actually, yeah, the fashion is shit, but it's like fun. Like, it's fun in it. Like,
yes, it's very colorful.
Fun shit. But I will say, rewatching Gossip Girl season 1 is like a really big like comfort thing because it's so glitzy and glam. Ugh. But I don't know what I'd say to those people aside from like teach me how to not rewatch the same thing over and over.
No.
What would you say to them?
I would say to them, what happened to you? Who hurt you?
Rack off. JK.
Suck an egg.
Suck a damn egg.
Suck a damn egg. Suck a damn dick.
Suck a dick.
Suck an egg.
I think it's also fun to rewatch stuff and be like, yikes. Can't say that anymore. That's fun.
There's so much of that in
there's a lot
podcast.
In PLL, there's a lot of that for sure.
What in the OC specifically do you think is the biggest yikes moment?
Oh, yikes. There'd be more. I think, look, top of my head, and I disagree with this one because I'm very adamant about like how feral like Ezra and Arya are.
In PLL.
I did read a BuzzFeed article because I'm a millennial. Sue me. But there was a BuzzFeed article about like relationships on TV that wouldn't fly today. One of them is like Ezra and Arya. Ezra is her teacher who like grooms her pretty much. It's fucked. Yep. It's not fun. But it's like a love story in Pretty Little Liars. In the OC, my favorite couple, and I have said there is a parallel universe out there that Julie Cooper and Luke Ward are still together. Ugh. And unfortunately, I love them and I ship them. That being said, look, in the year 2021.
Not okay.
Fucking your daughter's high school ex-boyfriend, not great.
Yeah.
I guess that's the yikes.
What about Gossip Girl?
Fuck Gossip Girl. Oh, that's way easier. In the first episode, Chuck Bass tries to he sexually assaults Jenny and Serena.
Yeah.
And then I think, is that it? Is there someone else? Maybe that's it. It's off the top of my head. And then him and Blair become Romeo and Juliet. And I loved Chuck Bass.
Of course.
And then Ed Westwick, I think, has some allegations against him. He plays Chuck Bass and he has some like allegations of that nature against him. So yikes. He like tries to sell Blair to his uncle. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
No, Gossip Girl is more yikesy than the OC, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of like PLL, it's like it's very high stakes. Like it's more high stakes than the OC, I think. I mean, Marissa's a fucking big yikes, regardless. Yeah. Her not noticing Oliver Trask. Oh my God. Anyway. Marissa is the yikes. But whatever.
More like my yikes.
May she rest in peace.
R.I.P. Okay, amazing. I've loved discussing this so much, and we will now deliver on our promises for the people out there. Here is a clip to tease your little ear holes from Call an Adult. Please enjoy, and then we'll be back with another special, exciting moment.
And it cuts to Aria sleeping on some pillows on the floor in heels.
Yep.
No one has a blanket.
It's freezing and there's a storm outside. They've already established there's a storm.
Maybe, Spencer, you don't get to live in the barn because you can't take care of your friends.
But then let's also remember, I'm cutting forward a little bit. When we see Melissa and Ren going into the barn, she says to Spencer, I love what you've done with the barn. Job well done. I love the way you've decorated it. What 15-year-old, 14-year-old has the A, expertise, B, budget to renovate a barn?
Did she flip the barn herself? Is she on HGTV?
Like.
Is she on 9 Life?
It actually absolutely sounds like
Flip
she
or
is. Flip or flop? This is an absolute flop.
The barn is a flip, but she's a flop.
He's like, why are you picking me up? Why are you waking me up? I'm a sleepy baby.
Beautiful sleeping angel.
If you're listening, you miss out. If you're watching, this is my little Doge. Censor his little dick. There he is. Marshall, do you have anything to say to the people? He blinked.
He like sniffed the mic a little bit. He's so cute. A little baby.
He smells so good. I gave him a bath yesterday.
Oh.
Okay, you want to go back to sleeping? Bye. He went.
Goodbye, Marshall.
Okay, that concludes this episode. Hayley, where can everyone find what you're up to?
Oh my gosh. You can go to Hayley Tantau, that's HayleyTantau.com. It's my website. Or you can follow me on Instagram, which is at Hayley Tantau, or at Call an Adult if you want to get in on our Pretty Little Liars recap fest. I think that's about it.
Thank you so much, everyone. Also, if you go to the Call an Adult Instagram, you will see some incredible memes that you can apply to any situation. Bless you, Marshall. That Hayley has made, and they're so good. And
then, yeah, you'll see some cursed things that I have made on Mematic.
They're incredible.
So please watch them. Share them.
Share them. Enjoy them. If you want to follow anything I'm doing, at Ashley Crap App on everything. And also
good name.
At Call an Adult. Call.an.adult. Let's
Call
go.
an adult.
Girls. Thank you so much.
Let's go Apple Rose Grills.
Let's go.
If you don't watch Pretty Little Liars, you won't get that.
So you better fucking watch, or even better, listen to our podcast. Thank you so much.
That being said, if you even did watch Pretty Little Liars, you might not pick up on the grill, like the place they always go to is called the Apple Rose Grill.
But now you know.
But it's not that famous. Let's go grills. Dun, na, 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 na.